Welcome back to Mills Way. I'll be 53 years old this month, and I love talking about finances. Got me thinking more the other day because I keep seeing more people that are my age that I worry about if they'll ever be able to retire. I hope my kids will be able to retire someday. Hopefully the lessons that Darlene and myself are teaching them will get them on a good financial start in life. So that's why one of the things I have passions about is helping people, being a financial coach to people. You know, the houses, looking at this one house in Mesa, $595,000 they want for it. That's $365,000 more than our house. If you made 5% on that $365,000, that works out to $18,250 a year you could be getting dividends off of. That's almost what my expenses are for the year. So, yeah, Darlene and myself could have a big fancy house, but why? You know, the boys have everything they need. They have an Xbox. They have a roof over their head. They have a kitchen that has food in it. Our house has 4 bedrooms. This house that I showed a picture of for $595,000 had this 3 bedrooms, it said. So it had a higher HOA, and I'm sure, yeah, it had 600 more square feet, but then you got 600 more square feet to decorate or fill up with furniture. Our house is 2,000 square foot. It's plenty fine for us. We have 4 bedrooms, and we can have family stay with us, friends. It works out great. So we don't need a $595,000 home. We choose at our age to look long term and for retirement. We have better things to do than be in debt. If you're in debt and you're 53 years old, ask yourselves, what could you be doing? One friend of mine has no debt, has a lot of money saved. He could actually retire now if he wanted to, but he wants to work till a few more years. But here he's living with a friend. He's renting a room from a friend for $500 a month. He has the money. He could have a big fancy house. He could have a nice townhouse. He could have a fancy car, a Tesla, or, whatever. But he chooses not to. He chooses to save his money. So I have other people I know that are, they ask us to go do stuff on the weekends and that. We choose to spend within our budget. We have a budget. Most people don't. Most people don't track their expenses and know what their expenses actually are till it gets too bad where they have no money in their checking account. Oh no, how'd that happen? These bills are piling up. My credit card keeps getting larger. That doesn't happen with Darlene and myself because we stick by a budget. But other people don't always understand that. You look at Facebook, and Facebook's pretty crazy, and I like it to be able to keep in contact, definitely with family, to share pictures back in snowy Minnesota and Iowa of the kids and what we have going on in our lives. Then you have friends that may be closer to you on Facebook. Then you have business contacts on Facebook and casual friends and people that you may not know very much, but they seem like a positive influence to be a friend on Facebook. How are they sitting financially? I see them going to concerts all the time, going out to eat all the time, going out drinking all the time. That costs money. And I know some of these guys that are my age that owe probably 75, 80% still on their house at my age, that drive old cars and need a new car, but they're house poor. You don't need, at our age, you know, if Darlene and myself, it was just two of us, we'd probably even have a smaller house. You don't need a big house. There's guys I golf with that they're fine financially, but they choose to have a one-bedroom condo down here where it's very inexpensive living, utilities are low, and then they can go outside and enjoy the day. As you know, down in Arizona where we live, hardly any rain. If it does rain, it's normally at night. So you move here to enjoy the weather and be active and do things, not to work the rest of your life away and never retire. Life is choices. You can't have it all. And if you want something, there's consequences. What are you going to give up? Kind of like if I choose to work from home, okay, work on my businesses. I give up maybe some security of a job, high-paying job, the things that come with a job, not counting the expenses of a job. But what I get in return, if by working from home I get more time with the boys, I hopefully give them an impact in their life, a better impact, be able to give them more life skills. I can't get back the time with the boys. They're growing up too fast as it is. They're going to be 13 and 17 this year. I'd be giving up time with my awesome wife. Even though she works a ton of hours, the time she is off may not work out with my schedule. So that's why I'm blessed. I'm grateful that we're debt-free and we have some money in stocks that pay dividends each quarter, some monthly. So I have the opportunity to work on my businesses, make these videos, write books. But look at yourself. Is it worth spending $365,000 more for the one house I showed you versus the house we live in? I don't think so. I saw on CNN Money that I wrote down the stats here that an average 53-year-old right now has $98,350 net worth. And like over 30% of that comes from their home net worth. That's sad. That'd be like even 60-some thousand net worth that's liquid that you could live off of. So if he had had that in a dividend stock paying, let's say, 5% dividend each year, that'd pay $4,917 a year they could live off of. I don't think so. If you have that kind of money right now, you better have very low expenses or be planning on working for a long time. CNN Money had down average 65-year-old. This is average, and you know there's a lot of people under average too. $232,000 net worth. And let's say none of that comes from the house, where they still say a house is normally 30% of somebody's net worth. At a 5% dividend, they'd be making $11,600 a year to live off of. And I know most of you don't track every expense or have a budget, but if you do, for those that do, you know your expenses are probably more than 11,600 a year, for sure. Financial planners have told me, and books I've read, that a good safe draw percentage to last hopefully your lifetime is 2 to 3%. So let's just take that $232,000 at age 65 and do a 3% draw. Not saying it makes any other money, we're just going to draw 3%. That'd be $6,960 a year to live off of. Wow. I don't know about you, but I couldn't live. That could barely pay our utilities and house taxes a year. So I choose to live within our means. I choose to have a budget and stick with it. I'm so blessed that my wife believes the same thing. So, yeah, we may miss out on opportunities to go out with people to shows and movies and that, but we take a look at the big picture and what we want to accomplish. Somebody said to me, well, you take all these fancy trips. It may seem like that, but we have everything budgeted. Our trips this year have been planned out and paid for. We're going to Jamaica in June, and we're going on a Disney cruise to Mexico again in October. They are paid for, and those are investments that we feel we're investing in the boys and memories, because there's going to be a time they don't want to take a vacation with mom and dad, or they're going to be busy working, and hopefully they're going to be busy saving money so they have the opportunity that I have to be retired and making videos and coaching people. So what is your situation? If you don't know where it's at, it's still not too late. Get a financial planner. Hire a financial coach like myself. But first thing you need to do is, do you have a budget? Track your expenses every month, total them up, see where you're at. And then every time you go to spend money, ask yourself, is this a want or a need? Yeah, it's fun going to, let's say, I know there's a Jimmy Buffett concert coming up at the Talking Stick. That'd be fun to go to. But the time you pay for gas to get there, tickets for you and your significant other, if you go out to eat before that, if you go out for drinks afterwards, I mean, you're looking at over $200. The money I spend on golf this month will be about $120. That's almost 2 months worth of golf on one night, going to one event, and let's say for 5-6 hours of fun. Well, we choose, it's not within our budget. We choose, our long-term goals is for Darlene to retire at a young age too. So now, of course, with insurance premiums and health insurance, we can get into that at a whole later date, where she'll probably work part-time just to keep insurance till we're both on Medicare. So, but for now, I'm talking about, take a look at what you have, where you live. Do you need to have that big house when it's just you and your spouse and you have no money in the bank? Do you need to have a pool and a hot tub if you don't hardly ever use it? Track how many hours you use it in a week and a month, and what it costs you, and then divide that and figure out how much it costs you per hour. Our last pool was costing us about $50 an hour for the time we used it. Some months it was $150 an hour. Same with cars, same with trucks, same with motorcycles, same with boats. figure out what it costs you, how many hours you use it, and is it worth it? How many hours do you have to work to pay for that? So, things to think about. Again, you can save now or work later in life. It's your choice. Not going to bother me any. So, again, you can follow me, support me on patreon.com for as little as $1 a month. If you can't afford $1 a month, you better hire a financial planner or a financial coach like myself. So, hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.